What's up YouTube, I'm Christophernegroni and thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I wanted to bring you a little update on the Cartier Santos.
Every time I go closer to the road, leaving my life, I just wanna know why I'm feeling so lonely at night. It's my fault, it's my life, I'm so cold, I'm so high, get it right. I don't care, but I fight, we don't lose, we just ride, let it bite.
A couple of weeks ago, I put a community post on my YouTube channel about this watch, about the Cartier Santos, and I asked you guys, who loves this watch? Who wants an update on this Cartier Santos in this medium size? And well, the people spoke. They love Cartier, they want more Cartier. And if you missed that post, it's probably because you're not subscribed. So here is the infamous Cartier Santos Medium. Yes, the medium size, the girly size, the size that actually looks the best on 90% of wrists, including my wrists. But fear not, the large is also available to fill the egos, the wrist of those who desire a little more wrist presence. Quick rundown on this model, the Santos de Cartier Medium. It features a case dimension of 35.1 millimeters, a lug to lug of about 42 millimeters, a case profile at 8.83 millimeters, very slim and trim. With a water resistance of 100 meters, it's as functional as it is stylish. The classic recipe of a silvered opaline dial with steel blued sword hands and black Roman numerals evokes a timeless elegance, seamlessly blending heritage and refinement. The movement is caliber 1847 MC, Cartier's time-only automatic workhorse with 42 hours of power reserve. Now the bracelet is a standout in my opinion. The Santos watches come with a beautifully integrated bracelet that continues that strong design language of the case by having those signature polished screws along its brushed bracelet. It tapers smoothly into a simple and easy to use hidden butterfly clasp. I'm still amazed that Cartier can deliver a clasp this refined with quick switch technology, giving you the ease and flexibility to change the bracelet for a Cartier leather strap, as well as their ingenious Smart Link system, which makes sizing the bracelet so easy. These are all very practical additions that Cartier bring to its users, where for the most part, the industry at large has pretty much failed at. We can look at other brands that offer iconic integrated steel sports watches and see that even to this day, they don't offer interchangeable straps, or even like this Santos does, this Smart Link system that gives you the ease of sizing the bracelet. So easy. And Cartier is over here just offering their Santos at $7,000. $7,000 brand new for this medium Santos with all those features. And not to mention that if you wanted this watch, you could easily pick this up on the pre-owned market for an absolute steal. It's criminal how much some of these watches are going for on the secondhand market. So this generation of the Santos was first released in 2018, and since then it's been a steady seller for the brand. And even through all the crazy market changes that we've all experienced over the last few years, the Cartier Santos has stayed available. It's never really shot up through the roof and become unavailable like some of these other integrated steel sports watches have. It's managed to rise in popularity without losing any traction. In fact, I think this watch may be responsible for Cartier's strong steady hold, ranking number 2 on Morgan Stanley's top 50 watch brands. And it really shouldn't be a surprise, the Santos delivers on all fronts. It has a rich and fascinating history. It gives you that brand cachet that many desire when buying their first luxury wristwatch. And most importantly, it's a beautifully designed, robust watch that can and should be worn everywhere. Speaking of beautifully designed, if you've been watching and wondering, hey, where is that gorgeous watch roll from? Well, this is the stunning 2-watch roll from a company called Kook. They specialize in luxury goods for consumers who appreciate craftsmanship and quality. They use some of the finest materials available to create truly unique goods. This latest capsule may look familiar to those who love and appreciate Porsche. The Pepita houndstooth pattern is inspired by the interiors of vintage 80s Porsches, featuring a blend of pebbled blue leather, suede, and a touch of nostalgia, all wrapped up in a perfectly crafted roll to keep your watches safe and stylish. So I've seen some of their previous capsules online, floating around social media, and I really want to get my hands on one of these watch rolls. So I went ahead and, sent a message over to the guys over at Kook, and I simply said, I really love the design of your watch rolls. I'd love to try one out. I love the finer things in life. I love my timepieces, but I really want a travel solution that feels like it matches, the level of my timepieces. And I really only have this, this piece of vegan leather watch roll that I've, it's been getting the job done for many years. It gets the job done, but after a while, it feels like this kind of experience with these flimsy dividers where you have to take one out just to get to the watch in the middle. It kind of feels like it cheapens the whole experience, and I wanted something nicer. So the folks over at Kook were kind enough to send me this 2-watch roll over for review. My initial first impressions, well, I love it. It's well made, has really great details like the lock-in buttons so you can individually take out each watch. The logos are tasteful, and I love how it's subtly embossed in different places. Even the backside of the pillows, just really nice quality. But I'm gonna put this to the test. I'm gonna take it on a few trips, toss it in my bag and really see how this thing holds up. I'll report back to you guys and let you know how well this watch roll holds up. I'm excited to have this. It's so nice. It's gonna look really good in background shots of watches, foreground, the texture, all that good stuff. This thing is sexy. I really like it. I just wish I should have asked for the 3-watch case. Why did I only ask for the 2? I guess because, I like traveling with like 3 watches. I like having 1 on the wrist, 2 in the roll. That's kind of like my sweet spot of, traveling with watches. I should have asked for the 3-watch. Damn it. So go ahead and check out the whole range of watch rolls at crookdesigns.com. Tell them your boy Christophernegroni sent you. Back to the Santos. Let's talk about how this watch has held up. How has it held up to the quite frankly, the abuse of my wife, or what she likes to call love. Help. Just kidding. She's not abusive. No, but really, my wife wears her watches the way I could only dream of wearing watches. She doesn't shy away from wearing it in any situation. So I can confidently say that this watch has been properly tested. It's been about 4 years since she bought this watch, and in those 4 years, the Santos has proved that it can in fact be a daily watch. Despite Cartier's reputation of making delicate dress watches, the Santos does not shy away from sporty activities. It's seen its share of salty bodies of water and chlorine-filled pools. Just like my Rolex, a simple rinse under the faucet, and she's good to go. I think the Santos' ability to dress down and fill in the role of a daily watch has been one of its most pleasant surprises. It might just be why it's such a great watch, why it's such a great value when you compare it to all the other watches. I personally believe that most luxury sports watches are beautiful enough to dress down. For example, the Rolex Explorer, this watch is a great comparison to the Santos, and often people who shop for the Santos will cross-shop it with the Explorer or vice versa. It's elegant, it's beautiful, yet it has no problem getting down and dirty. I mean, the name says it all, it's the Explorer. But there's also this belief that sports watches are out of place in those more upscaled occasions. And no matter how pretty and blingy sports watches like the Explorer or even the Speedmaster become, they will always be sports watches first. But this Santos is quite the opposite. You open that Cartier red box and your mind screams dressy, elegant, and classy. But that's this watch's strong suit. It's not a sports watch that is simply shiny and nice enough to be dressed up. Rather, it's a dress watch that surprisingly holds up to the daily grind. Maybe that's the winning formula. Maybe instead of finding a sports watch that can double as your dress watch, we should all be looking for a dress watch that is tough enough to handle an occasional hike, a dip in the pool, or any other spontaneous adventure, without sacrificing its sophistication. Or maybe I'm just looking for a reason to buy my own, because every time I resize this watch for my wrist, it's such a pleasure to wear. It's one of those watches that just melts away beautifully on your wrist. And you'll only remember that you're wearing it when you're signing some document and you happen to glance down and catch a glimpse of that beautifully crisp dial. I love how slim and lightweight it feels without feeling cheap and flimsy. Now, like any watch, the Santos isn't perfect, so I think it's only fair that I mention a few negatives or, places where perhaps there's room for improvement. One thing I've noticed could be improved would be its crown and winding mechanism. I'm not sure if it's the crown shape itself or if it's the winding mechanism, but winding this thing is not the most pleasant experience. The crown is neither sharp nor round, but a combination of a rounded, beveled heptagon, which makes gripping and winding this watch a bit awkward. This also affects setting the time. Moving the hands, they don't advance or move backwards as fast as you'd like. I think this is an area where Cartier can improve. Nothing is wrong per se with the crown, it just could be better, more refined. It's these small touch points that set brands apart from each other. The only other thing I could say needs improvement would be adding a small micro adjustment to the clasp, something that doesn't add bulk but can be adjusted on the fly. Although it's not really needed because removing these links really is super easy, and once you get the hang of it, you can do it with your fingernail. Once again, smart link for the win. When researching this watch, you'll hear the most common downside are the scratches. And yes, this high polished bezel will scratch the second you take out your credit card, but I don't mind it. At first, the scratches are painfully apparent, surrounded by all the reflective polished surfaces. But because this watch has such a classic design, once the entire watch gets a layer of life on it, it just gets better. It all kind of melts together. This one has yet to see a service or a polish, and I think it's getting better with age, with wear, with life. I like saying that. The life, the scratches. That's the beauty of Cartier. It just gets better with age. The movement's running great. We really haven't had any problems with this watch. It's a good watch. So there she is, ladies and gents, the update on the Cartier Santos Medium size. Still one of the best wristwatches that you can buy today, especially if you're looking for your first luxury wristwatch. Or maybe you're just looking for something, no frills, something simple. Maybe you're looking for a Rolex alternative. That's the Santos. You get all the positives of a Rolex. You get the brand cachet, you get a beautiful, iconic, robust watch that you can wear every day without any of the negatives associated with buying a Rolex. It's a really appealing offer. I really need to just buy my own Santos. It's funny because when we went to go try on this watch, this is the one that I wanted. I wanted the medium with the silver dial. And when my wife tried it on, she just loved it so much more than I did. I think I just thought that maybe Cartier would come out with a different configuration that I'd really fall in love with. I wanted that feeling. At first I thought they'd come out with a green dial. If they come out with a green dial, I'll buy that one, especially in the medium size. And then a few years later, they came out with a green and a blue one. And I don't know what held me back. It just didn't do it for me. I really love the ADLC coated version, the large size with the black coating, with the rubber strap. It's a really cool modern interpretation. It's a total contradiction to what Cartier is. Polar opposite, with the modern materials, the modern kind of color, something that they would never do 100 years ago. I mean, if only Mr. Albert Santos Dumont could see what his baby has become. All these different versions, different colors, different materials they're using, two-tone. I wonder what he would think. I don't know. I think if they came out with an ADLC version that had a full bracelet, ADLC coated, instead of that rubber. The rubber's cool, but I want a full bracelet, ADLC coated, and I want it in the medium size, and I want it with the skeleton. I want it skeleton, black ADLC coated with the green lume. I want that manually wound skeletonized movement. I think then I'd buy a Cartier Santos. I have to create such a specific watch so that they'd never come out with it, so I won't have to spend more money. I think I'd buy that watch. That'd be the perfect Santos. Yeah. All I know for sure, the Santos, it's a success. The Santos is here to stay. So Let me know your thoughts. Do you love the Santos? Do you have a Santos? What is your favorite configuration of the Cartier Santos? Do you like the classic silver dial, like this one? Do you like a blue dial? Do you like a green dial? Do you like something a little more funky? Do you like a skeletonized open work? Do you like ADLC? Do you like two-tone? I mean, you can't really go wrong with this watch. It's a great watch. Thank you all for watching. Negroni out.
Sitting in my crib thinking about shit that I never done, but I wish I did. Acting like I'm fine, but I'm losing it. Could've kissed that good, but it ain't relevant. Could've made that move, I'm regretting it. Feeling so low like I'm on 2%. Been living life like it's a tournament. Loneliness turned off and now it's on again. Tell myself run, ain't no looking back. Only time I do is when I'm reaching for the stat. Back on my old ways, on my old Mac. Thinking about my old days, I never go back. Fuck that. Trying to get myself my own crib, being independent, man.